Hi everyone, so today we have an analysis video once again, of the West Virginia Senate race between incumbent Democrat Joe Manchin and West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey. So, we're going to look at some polling data that we've been getting out of the West Virginia Senate race, and then we're going to be looking at the previous times when Joe Manchin was on the ballot, the presidential results from West Virginia. We can go down and look at the Politico results if I can find it, or let's just look at Wikipedia. We're going to look at Joe Manchin's approval rating. We'll also be looking at the tracking polls from 538, where we ask if Democrats or Republicans are winning the race for Congress. Then we'll also be looking at the tracking Trump poll from the Morning Consult. So, let's start off by looking deeply at where many people think that the West Virginia Senate race is. So RCP has it as leaning Democratic, and then CNN has it as a toss-up, and many other people have it as toss-up or lean Democratic. And looking at this polling data that we've been getting, the RCP average has Manchin ahead +7, and then the latest poll that was taken by the Trafalgar Group, which is actually a Republican poll, if we go into it, it has Manchin leading 50-40. So, if we look at this Senate poll that was done in July, sorry about that, it's just loading, and it shows Manchin with a definite lead. So, and so he has a Manchin is 10-point lead in West Virginia U.S. Senate race, and it nearly doubles if he votes to confirm Brett Kavanaugh, and that's very interesting. So, if we look at this poll that was done by a Republican pollster, Trafalgar Group, it's very interesting that we see Manchin ahead by 10 points. So that's very interesting things that we're seeing now. And the next poll we're going to look at actually is a Monmouth poll, and that was done in June. I'm not going to look at the ones done in May because that's not really as well. And and West Virginia Senate race 48-39 over Patrick Morrisey. So very interesting there. Where it also looks at the U.S. House of Representatives, but we're not going to look at that right now. Maybe that's another video. So, West Virginia Senate race in 2012. Joe Manchin crushed it against his Republican opponent, John Reese. So, based on the polling data in the previous election, you would think that this would be a safe state for the Democrats. I mean, Manchin is killing it in the polls. He killed it in the last election. So, why wouldn't he kill it again in the Democratic wave year? Well, here's the thing that tips it a bit more favor to the Republicans. Look at the presidential results in 2016. Look at that. Look at the primary results. Hillary Clinton didn't win. So, if you look at the county map, where some counties Trump won 70, 80, even 90%, if Trump goes to West Virginia, which he already has a few times, if he goes there and he really comes down and tries to promote this Republican candidate, that would make the West Virginia Senate race more of a toss-up. Maybe only tilt them, but pretty much a toss-up. If you look at Joe Manchin's approval rating, it looks not too good. He has a disapprove of +1. Then comparing it to the tracking Trump poll, where Trump is approved 30 points more than his disapprove. So that would say, oh, well, if you take into effect just the presidential results and Trump's approval rating, you would say that would be likely or safe Republican. But then when you take into account the other things, it becomes a toss-up. This is what tips the balance for the Democrats. And I've used this argument in my other videos. If you have Democrats coming out if you have this level of enthusiasm among Democrats, if you have this 7-point gap, Democrats and independents are going to come out and support your candidates. So with this poll, even if they might not even be voting for Manchin, many of these West Virginians, they vote for Democrats on Senate and gubernatorial maps, but they'll vote Republican in the House and presidential maps. So it's very interesting things that we see. So I don't think for my other videos this would apply for the Senate, but I don't think this necessarily applies. But looking at this polling data, Manchin is ahead by 10 points in a Republican poll that has a margin of error of 2.9%. That's pretty good for Manchin, and that's why I'm calling it for Joe Manchin. I'm leaning it his way. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.